Hello, it's Dr. Kellie Cassidy, clinical psychologist and owner at Prosper Health Collective here. Today I want to talk to you about how to manage disappointment in your children. As it is at the moment with the coronavirus, there are a lot of things being cancelled and things not being able to go ahead simply because we're trying to minimize the risk of infection to our community. Now, that makes perfect sense, but it also means that we're missing out on a lot of things that we might have been looking forward to. And I know for my children, that comes with a great sense of disappointment that their assemblies have been cancelled, or their colour run has been cancelled, their basketball, all sorts of activities and things that they've been taking part in, been preparing for, and put a lot of hard work and effort into that have been taken away from them all of a sudden. So it's a common experience at the moment, and I know too I'm feeling disappointed about lots of things in my life not going ahead. And disappointment can be a really difficult emotion sometimes to manage, so I thought it would be helpful to put together a few tips on how we can help our kids to be managing that disappointment in a time that is already feeling quite stressful and full of anxiety. So the first thing when our children are disappointed is really to empathise with them and validate what they're feeling. Sometimes we can be prone to saying things like, I'll just get over it, or we want to launch into problem solving mode and go, oh, well, we'll just do this instead, and replace their feeling with some other good feeling. Or perhaps we'll put them down because they're having a tantrum about it, and we'll tell them they're acting like a baby. They're pretty common things, but it's remembering that children can't necessarily put things in perspective the way we are, that we can easily go, oh, well, it makes sense that this has been disappointed, and here's the reasons why, and we can maybe quickly move on, whereas they might be having a harder time being able to do that. So do think about that. I think it's really, really important that we allow them to be disappointed, that we take the time to say, gee, I can see you're really disappointed about that. I'm so sorry that you couldn't take part in your assembly. That's the first thing that I really suggest, is that we empathise with them, we validate what they're feeling, and we label it. I can see that you're sad. I can see that you're disappointed, you're angry, whatever the feeling is that's coming out about that thing that's been cancelled. Acknowledging that, okay? The next step is to support them, but not be their shield. As I was saying before, we don't want to block them from experiencing those feelings. They're valid. They need to be there. They need to be worked through, okay? So provide them a nice calm space to do that. Try and be that container for their feelings. Offer them some sort of regulation strategies if they need them, whether that's kind of some sort of breathing or going for a walk, or whatever you do with your child to help them calm down when they're experiencing big emotions. Certainly do that, but we don't need to shield them from that disappointment, okay? It is really important that they experience that feeling. And then I guess we can guide them without fixing the problem. All right, there might not be a solution in the case of assembly being cancelled, but we can guide them into, well, what can we do instead, and what could be the silver lining that we can take out of that? Does that now mean that we've got extra time to spend as a family doing something else, or whatever it is? So you can guide them in that and help them to perhaps come up with their own solutions for how they're going to manage that emotion, or what other actions they're now going to take, again, without completely fixing it for them. And just finding that nice balance is something that I strongly encourage you to do. Above all, I think that this gives us an opportunity to work on some really important life skills with our kids. You will see that some kids will be managing the disappointment of things being cancelled far better than others, and that comes back to our resilience. So if your child isn't a kid that can bounce back quickly from this, here's your opportunity in lots of ways to help them develop those skills of resilience. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of resilience, I'm going to encourage you to have a look on our website. There's plenty of other resources we've got on there about resilience that go along with our bounce back program that we run at the practice. But it really is a great opportunity for kids to learn how to cope with things, but also, I guess, for us to sit with their disappointment too. I hope you find that helpful. Please reach out and ask me any questions if there's something else that you want to know. If your child is really struggling with what's going on at the moment, whether it's because of disappointment or it's creating significant anxiety or something else, we're here to help. Please contact us. We'd be more than happy to help your child. Otherwise, as always here at Prosper Health Collective, we're working together with you to help you flourish and thrive. I will look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Bye for now.